Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Front Page, where the biggest shifts in AI, data, and defense shape the narrative of what comes next. Tonight spans breakthroughs, big investments, and a very difficult moment for India's aerospace community. Here are the headlines. Google has launched Nano Banana Pro, its Gemini 3 Pro-powered image model that finally fixes text in images, delivers native 2K, 4K visuals, blends up to 14 references, and grounds every visual in real-world Google search data. As per reports, Meta is partnering with Sify Technologies to develop a 500-megawatt hyperscale AI data center in Paradesipalam, linked to Meta's $10 billion water-worth subsea cable, marking the biggest East Coast AI infra push yet. Meta has not officially commented, and AIM network will update once it does. India's HAL-built Tejas fighter jet crashed at the Dubai Air Show, killing the pilot, casting a shadow of grief and uncertainty over a day when India also advanced a $3 billion Su-30 MKI export deal with Armenia and received Russia's most open ever offer for Su-57 tech transfer. And finally, TCS has partnered with global investor TPG to inject $2 billion into Hypervault, creating GW-level AI-ready data centers across India and positioning the company as a core player in the country's accelerating AI compute stack. Good evening. Tonight on Front Page, we are going to talk about the internet's most talked about fruit, not banana, but Nano Banana Pro. Everyone's quite literally going bananas over it. This new image model from Google is turning a raw idea into a studio-grade infographic, rendering clean, readable text in multiple languages, spitting out 2K and even 4K ready visuals, and remix up to 14 images while keeping 5 people perfectly consistent, all inside Gemini. And if you're a Geo user, here's the fun part. Google and Geo now offer 18 months of free Gemini Pro access, which means you can literally try Nano Banana Pro today, right inside the My Geo app. So over the last 24 hours, your feed has probably seen some version of this. Perfect looking solar infographics, retro Mars travel posters, hyper-real ad mockups, and people freaking out that this is the first AI model that finally gets text right. Even Google chief Sundar Pichai, after Gemini 3, that's actually Nano Banana Pro, built on Gemini 3 Pro, wired directly into Google search and already being called the infographic machine of the AI era. He said, it's SOTA for image generation plus editing with more advanced world knowledge, text rendering, precision plus controls. Built on Gemini 3, it's really good at complex infographics, much like how engineers see the world. He also posted on X saying, IYKYK, end quote. For many of you who don't actually know what Sundar meant by that cryptic IYKYK burger post, here's the decode. Because you know what? What's the point of Front Page if we don't explain the inside jokes of Silicon Valley? So back in 2017, Sundar jokingly said Google would drop everything to fix the burger emoji after a viral debate about where the cheese should go. With Nano Banana Pro now solving spatial reasoning and image precision, the cheese, the layers, everything. This new burger image is Sundar's quiet flex that Google finally nailed the thing AI struggled with for years. So if you know, you know. Courtesy Balaji Srinivasan. Now, coming back to Nano Banana. Started a few months back at Google's fun fast image model for edits, memes, and figurines. We have, of course, covered this extensively here on Front Page. Please make sure to check it out if you haven't already. We had also reviewed it for you on Debunked. Please make sure to check that out as well. Now, coming back to Google's latest image model, Nano Banana Pro. Nano Banana Pro is the serious version. It's Gemini 3 Pro image, same reasoning engine, now pointed at visuals. It can pull real world info from search to ground. So whatever it actually draws, it's built to turn notes, data, recipes, diagrams, and reports into images that actually look usable. So instead of draw a cute banana in space, you can actually say this: create an infographic that explains how solar plus battery storage powers a home with clear labels, graphs, and step-by-step flow. Yep. And you get something that looks like it came from an energy company's marketing team, not a glitchy AI art subreddit. So the point is, why are creators losing their minds? Here's what Nano Banana Pro changes for creators, designers, marketeers, and teachers. Infographics and diagrams on tap. Nano Banana Pro is built for process diagrams, educational explainers, recipe cards, slide-ready visuals, data visualization mockups, because it's grounded in Google search. It can pull real-time info like weather or sports, use factual context for what it draws, not just vibes, turn a written explanation or bullet list into a structured graphic. The biggest headache with AI art till now: beautiful poster, horrific text. Nano Banana Pro goes hard on typography. Handles long paragraphs, not just one word slogans, works across multiple languages, supports stylized fonts, calligraphy, logos, mockups, keeps the text clean enough to actually read. So let's think of user interface mockups with real button labels, campaign posters with accurate brand taglines, packaging concepts with multilingual copy, social posts that don't look like they were made by a drunk typewriter. Is it perfect? No. But it's good enough that people are genuinely worried about. Very official looking, slightly wrong infographics spreading everywhere, end quote. And that's a real concern. Under the hood, Nano Banana Pro is aimed straight at production quality work, which means 2K native with the ability to export at 4K, built to handle complex compositions, can blend up to, let's say, 14 reference images, keeps up to 5 people consistent across a scene. This matters for storyboards, product shoots, fashion/editorial looks, film frames, comic panels, and you can upload a rough sketch of a product, add a reference mood board, ask for a cinematic, photorealistic render, and keep the same character or object consistent from shot to shot. So, what does that mean for brands? Consistent faces, consistent style, consistent identity at AI speed. This isn't just one prompt, one surprise. Nope. Nano Banana Pro gives you director level control. Change camera angles. So basically a top shot, a close up, a point of view, adjust depth of field, foreground versus background focus, transform lighting, day to night, dramatic chiaroscuro, bokeh, studio, swap aspect ratios for reels, thumbnails, print, or slides. Then we come to localized editing. Tweak just one part of the image without breaking the rest. So you can, well, keep this exact character, same pose, same clothes, change the angle to a bird's eye view. Fascinating. Turn it into a 9:16 ratio shot for vertical video. Make it nighttime with neon reflections. In other words, as AI developer advocate Ashutosh Srivastava said, that the character consistency is next level, end quote. That's pre-viz, storyboarding, and ad comps on a weeknight. What's interesting is Google is pushing Nano Banana Pro across the stack. So everyday users and students will be able to use the Gemini app, which means under create images with the thinking model. Free users, small quota, then back to original Nano Banana. Plus/Pro/Ultra will get higher limits, better access. As far as the professionals, Google Ads leads to for ad creatives and variations. Google Slides and Vids, which is instant slides, storyboards, pitch imagery. Flow, which will basically translate to Google's AI filmmaking tool for frame level control developers and enterprises, Gemini API and Google AI. Studio Anti-Gravity, which gives UX layouts and product design mockups. Vertex AI, scale this across campaigns, products, or internal tools. So basically, if your workflow is inside Google's world, Nano Banana Pro is about to very quietly move in. And even Varun Mohan, founder of Windsurf, now inside Google DeepMind, chimed in, saying Nano Banana Pro is a complete reinvention of the design workflow. In his words, and here they are, we are incrementally rolling out Nano Banana Pro to anti-gravity. It's a step change in image generation and transforms the entire design process with increased quality, end quote. Researcher at Microsoft, Aditya SK, sharing his favorite use case, said that Nano Banana Pro just changed the entire game for ancient manuscript OCR, end quote. He said that until now, people had to rely on messy scans, huge data sets, and expensive manual annotations. But now, you can actually generate high-quality synthetic ground truth in ancient styles with almost no effort. Google knows exactly what everyone is scared of, which is this: AI-generated junk flooding the internet, masquerading as facts. So, they're doing three things. First, invisible watermarking with Synth ID. Every Nano Banana Pro image gets a hidden digital marker. You can upload an image to the Gemini app and ask, was this generated by Google AI? Visible Gemini mark for most users, which is free and pro tiers, get a small visible watermark, the Gemini Sparkle. Makes it easier to spot AI images at a glance. Clean canvas for pros, which means watermark is removed for Ultra subscribers and Google AI Studio. So designers and devs don't have to ship content with logos stamped all over it. But here's actually the catch. Even with watermarks, a lot of people don't read the fine print, and people are already worried because get ready for slightly incorrect but incredibly official looking infographics everywhere, end quote. These educational posts will get lazier and more misleading. Another quote. So, if you thought AI selfies were a problem, wait till every half-baked idea becomes a polished diagram with fake authority. Nano Banana Pro is actually both an incredible tool for teachers, designers, and researchers, and a very massive weapon for misinformation and low-effort AI slop. The difference? Who's using it, and whether we still bother to fact-check what looks professional. Now comes the front page take. Here it is. Nano Banana Pro is what happens when a search engine, a reasoning model, and an image generator all sit in the same room and decide to come for PowerPoint, Photoshop, and Canva all at once. This is about teachers turning lesson plans into infographics, overnight startups, mocking up entire brand campaigns in an afternoon, solo creators generating pitch decks, posters, and storyboards without a designer, and yes, the internet getting flooded with authoritative diagrams that might be wrong by 5%, but still go viral. The benchmark for visual content just jumped. The bar for critical thinking has to jump with it, because from here on, if it looks well designed, that doesn't mean it's true. It just means someone somewhere has Nano Banana Pro. While everyone is celebrating Nano Banana Pro, here's the real story. Google just overtook Microsoft in market value for the first time since the OpenAI partnership began. And the market is finally rewarding the only company that controls its entire AI stack end to end. While Microsoft depends on OpenAI for models and NVIDIA for compute, Google trains Gemini in-house and runs it on custom TPUs, giving it tighter control over cost, efficiency, and margins. This is the first major signal that vertical integration from silicon to model is winning the AI infrastructure war. This is the front page by AIM Network. If you want more sharp, ground up coverage of AI tools that are very quietly reshaping your work, your feeds, and your future, please like this video, share it with one person who lives inside Google Docs, and subscribe, yes, to AIM Network for no more noise, all signal text stories. Good evening and welcome to Front Page by AIM Network, India's video first tech newsroom where global defense stories break first. Tonight's update comes with both pride and pain, because even as India solidifies its position in the global fighter jet market, we also lost one of our own today. An HAL built Tejas fighter jet, India's indigenous 4.5 generation platform, crashed during an aerial display at the Dubai Air Show this afternoon. The pilot, God rest his soul, and all our empathies with the family, did not survive. The IAF has ordered a court of inquiry. Eyewitnesses' accounts indicate the aircraft failed to recover from a negative G-turn around 2:10 p.m. local time. This is in the only second Tejas crash in 24 years, and it comes at a time when India has just placed orders for 97 more Tejas Mk-1A fighters and is pitching the aircraft aggressively for export. It's actually a very hard moment for the IAF, HAL, and everyone who has worked on India's indigenous fighter program. And yet, on the very same day, another major defense development is unfolding. Armenia is now finalizing a $3 billion agreement to buy 8 to 12 Indian-built Su-30 MKI fighter jets, one of the largest defense exports in India's history. Deliveries are expected between 2027 and 2029. So let's be clear. Armenia is entering a region dominated by Russia and Turkey, and it is choosing India. The timing matters. Just weeks after Azerbaijan bought 40 JF-17C Block 3 jets from Pakistan, Armenia is responding with a platform that is on a very different level entirely. The export variant may include Uttam AESA radar, Astra BVR missiles, Indian EW suite, super maneuverability, deep strike capability. This would make it one of the most advanced Su-30 variants ever exported globally. At the Dubai Air Show, the same event where Tejas crashed, Russia made its most dramatic defense offer in years. Rostec, Boron Export, and UAC officials told ANI, whatever India requires, we are here to support, end quote. All Indian demands for the Su-57 are completely acceptable, end quote. This includes full airframe technology, and of course, this was before the air crash took place, as I was just told by my producer. This information was declared right before the crash took place, because I believe that was a devastating moment. Carrying on. Full airframe technology, engine tech, AESA radar, AI flight systems, optics and avionics, stealth and low observable tech advanced air weapons, a two-seat FGFA variant, a pathway to shift production to India. This is the most unrestricted fifth generation technology transfer Russia has ever offered any country. And it actually comes just weeks before President Putin's visit to India. Even as India actually mourns today's Tejas loss, two realities are clearer than ever. First one, India is no longer just a defense buyer. India is now a supplier of frontline combat aircraft to foreign air forces. Number two, India is now being courted very aggressively for fifth generation co development. Russia wants India in the Su 57 program. Armenia wants India's Su 30 MKI. Southeast Asia and Africa are next in line. India is becoming a center of gravity in global defense manufacturing. And here comes the front page take in conclusion. Today reminds us of two sides of India's defense story: the cost of building and operating complex fighters like Tejas, and the confidence the world now places in Indian built jets and Indian aerospace capability. Armenia choosing India means Russia offering full Su 57 tech transfer, a Tejas loss reminding us how difficult this journey really is. This is a new defense triangle forming around India, and India sits at the center of it all. Please do let us know what you think in the comments below. Good evening and welcome to Front Page by AIM Network, India's video first tech newsroom, where you get the big stories first and without any noise. Tonight, we are going straight to the East Coast because Vizag just landed the biggest AI infrastructure investment of the year after Google. And before you ask, yes, we have covered this months ago on Front Page. So basically, when no one else was talking about it, we were. Today, it's official. As per ET's reporting, and to maintain transparency, we also reached out to Meta. They have not officially announced it yet, but we will keep all of you updated once we hear from them. However, as per multiple reports, Meta Platforms, the company behind Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, it has actually partnered with Sify Technologies to build a massive 500 megawatt hyperscale AI data center in Paradesipalam. My apologies. 25 kilometers from Visakhapatnam. The investment 15,266 crore rupees. The developer Sify Technologies. End user Meta. Location Vizag Kolkata Highway Corridor. The capacity 500 megawatts, AI grade, hyperscale. So this will be one of the largest AI data centers ever built on India's east coast. This is the Indian landing point of Meta's most ambitious project ever. The $10 billion Waterworth subsea cable, the world's longest 24 fiber pair, AI backbone running over 50,000 kilometers. So why does this matter? It bypasses the volatile Red Sea corridor. It creates a new US, India, Brazil, South Africa AI route. It brings 1 PBPS, which is a petabyte per second of capacity, and it transforms Vizag into India's second AI coastline. Meta will land Waterworths directly at Sify's Vizag landing station. Exactly what we actually reported earlier on Front Page. One of the reasons why you should subscribe to Front Page and the AIM network. Anyway, coming back to Vizag. Today's announcement confirms it. So for decades, Mumbai was India's only subsea hub. But hyperscalers need redundancy plus resilience for AI workloads. And Vizag brings a second coast, lower latency for US APAC routes, security away from congested West Coast corridors, a policy push backed by the India AI mission, the proximity to TCS's upcoming 21-acre IT campus. This, as we can all see, is a very long-term AI infrastructure bet. India's data center capacity is exploding. 1.5 gigawatt today, 2.5 gigawatt by 2027-28, ICRA. 3.5 to 4.5 gigawatt by 2030, which is 25 to $30 billion investment. Mumbai today is equals to about 53% of all current capacity. Vizag, Chennai, and Hyderabad, on the other hand, rising next if this is true. Meta will be joining Google, Amazon, Jio, TCS, and Airtel on India's coastlines. 500 megawatt hyperscale cluster, lowest cost power on the East Coast, shortest route to its brand new global subsea cable, sovereign scale AI compute capacity, which all equals to an unbeatable base for model training, inference, and real scale workloads, a second digital coastline, AI grade data center jobs, private investment in critical digital infrastructure, a global position in subsea AI networks. One more step toward sovereign compute. Most importantly, confidence that India is no longer just consuming data, we are actually shaping global AI infrastructure. In conclusion, the front page take. We said this earlier, Vizag is the next big AI city, and tonight makes that undeniable. If the deal goes through, Meta's 500 megawatt data center won't just be another investment. It will actually be the backbone of a new AI coast, a cable that touches 4 continents, and a bet that India is the center of the world's next digital decade. Please do let us know what you think in the comments below. And of course, for more ground up, optimistic, independent tech journalism, the kind you won't find on mainstream television, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to AIM Network. You know what you're doing? You're actually helping us bring these stories first. You're supporting independent reporting and you're backing India's rise in the global AI race. Good evening and welcome to Front Page by AIM Network, India's video-first tech newsroom, where we break down the biggest stories shaping the world's AI cloud and digital future. Tonight, we are going from CPUs and GPUs to gigawatt-scale AI data centers. TCS and global asset management giant TPG are jointly injecting $2 billion into TCS's new subsidiary, Hypervault, the platform that will build over 1 gigawatt of AI-ready data center capacity across India. I was just letting that sink in. A gigawatt, that's the scale at which hyperscalers like Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta operate globally. This deal gives TCS access to TPG's deep capital pool, global hyperscale expertise, and high-velocity infrastructure financing models. In return, TPG gets a front-row seat to India's exploding AI compute economy, a market expected to cross $40 billion within this decade. $1 billion equity secured from TPG. The total commitment, 18,000 crore rupees. TPG ownership, 27.5% to 49%. Hypervault to be funded via TCS plus TPG plus debt. India's data center landscape is exploding. 1.5 gigawatts today, 10 plus gigawatts by 2030, the industry estimates, of course. $94 billion invested since 2019. AI is pushing compute to the limits. Model training, inference, safety systems, co-pilots, agents, recommendation engines. And TCS wants to own the ground layer of that stack. Hypervault will deliver liquid-cooled AI racks, high-density compute floors, energy-efficient power systems, direct links to all major cloud regions, purpose-built clusters for hyperscalers, plus AI labs. This is exactly what OpenAI, Meta, Google, and Amazon require to scale their next generation of models and agents inside India. N. Chandrasekaran said it very, very clearly. We are building large GW scale AI data centers. TPG strengthens our partnerships with hyperscalers and AI companies. End quote. As far as the translation of that is concerned, here it is. TCS wants global capital, global credibility, and global hyperscaler access. At hyperscaler speed, TPG's Jim Coulter added, data centers sit at the intersection of green energy, real estate, and technology. End quote. Looking for the translation? Here it is. AI infrastructure is now the most valuable asset class in emerging markets, and India is the epicenter. This move comes at a moment when global GPU shortages are tightening, AI models are doubling in complexity every 6 to 9 months. Enterprises are scrambling for compute access. Governments are emphasizing sovereign AI infrastructure. Global hyperscalers are shifting huge AI budgets into Asia. India's demand for GPUs and high density AI data centers is now one of the fastest growing in the world. And this TCS TPG pact positions the country to leap ahead rather than chase supply. TCS is now doing what Reliance did with Jio, create an infrastructure moat before AI demand fully erupts. Hypervault is TCS's long game. Build less than 1 gigawatt AI capacity, partner with hyperscalers for private GPU clusters, pitch AI led IT services bundled with compute lock in enterprises workloads, plus agents become the AI infrastructure plus AI services giant of the next decade. So if TCS executes, Hypervault becomes this India's first homegrown digital power utility for the AI era. The joint plan includes multi-city AI data center parks, energy-efficient liquid cooling architectures, renewable-powered gigawatt-scale compute campuses, industry cloud zones for finance, retail, healthcare, and manufacturing. AI first security and compliance frameworks, hybrid and sovereign cloud stacks for domestic enterprises. So, basically, in simple words, this partnership gives India a national AI backbone at a time when every country is racing to secure compute dominance. In conclusion, the front page take. Clearly, TCS is now doing what Reliance did with Jio, create an infrastructure moat before AI demand fully erupts. Hypervault is TCS's long game. Build less than 1 gigawatt AI capacity. Partner with hyperscalers for private GPU clusters. Pitch AI-led IT services bundled with compute. Lock in enterprise workloads. Plus, agents become the AI infrastructure plus AI services giant of the next decade if TCS executes. Hypervault becomes then India's first homegrown digital power utility for the AI era. All we need to know is, what do you think? And please do let us know in the comments below.